Well, hello, my name is Mark David Stallard, and welcome to I'm Alive Animation. Today I'm going to start rigging the head of my new character Mona, specifically eyebrows, eyes and mouth. I've got a couple of tutorials on the channel to rig easy eyes and easy lip sync, but I'm going to do something slightly different with this rig because of the character design and the role she'll play in the scene. So it's definitely worth your while to watch this video. I'm alive. Okay, so I'll be rigging basic movements for eyebrows, eyes and the mouth today. That will leave me with rigging head movements as well as unique facial expressions this character will need, which I'll show you in future videos. Let's get rigging. Okay, so we're going to start with the eyebrows. Again, everything I'll be doing today is going to be relatively straightforward and simple. I'm not looking at doing anything outrageous. The eyes and the mouth are actually created slightly differently from the easy lip sync video that I did, video tutorial, as well as the eyes are slightly different as well, so I'm going to do those as well today. But let's look at the eyebrows first, just to make this easier. So this is Mona's head. I'm going to get rid of her hair on the sides. I'm going to get rid of her bangs, or the fringe if you're English, and we're now going to zoom in and look at the eyebrows. Now the way I've got the head set up, is probably the easiest way to look at this. If I turn all this off, we've got the head layer, which is the skin color. Also the lips are on this layer, but there's a whole layer for the mouth. So if I go inside the mouth, you can see the inside of the mouth is on a separate layer. There you go. So there's the teeth and the back of the mouth. And I don't have a tongue because she's not going to talk, and I don't usually draw a tongue when I'm getting people. I'll add a tongue even when I'm doing lip syncing, but we'll see if for future characters we'll need one. And then of course then the nose is really just a little piece of, if I can get the head out of the way, so that you can see the nose there is just three shapes. It's just a shadow and the nostrils. I've got the shading on top of that as well, which is controlled with the mask. I'll definitely be showing you how to do this in future videos. The hair on the side is on a single layer because we don't need it to be on different layers, and if I do, easy enough to split them up. Then because you've got the bangs on another layer, eyebrows are both on the same layer, as you can see, and then of course the eyes are very similar to the other tutorial. The eyes, everything to do with the eyes, the eyelids, the eyelashes, and are all inside pretty much the same group. You can create eyes with a hole in the head and have the eyes behind the head, just like we've done with the teeth here, but I've decided not to do that on this one. So we are going to move forward with the eyebrows. So stop rambling. Right, too many clicks. So at the root of the head layer, right, I'll just show you that's the head layer. I need to then convert this to a bone layer, and now I can start adding bones. So all I'm doing on this one at the moment is I'm going to rig the eyebrows, so I need a bone for the eyebrows. Hold down Alt and click to unhighlight it. I'm going to have another bone for eye open and close. Alt and click somewhere else, and then I'm going to have the eyes up and down, eyes side to side. I'll have one for speaking, and we'll have one for expression or smile. So I'm going to label these, get these done out of the way, then I know what we've got. Just got to make them look pretty, make sure nothing's overlapping anybody else. Okay, now I'm going to label those quick. Bone select tool, highlight the bone and click it up the top there in that text field. So we are going to call this eyebrows. Simple enough. I'm going to have eyes open, which is going to be eyes open close. This one is going to be eyes side. This one will be eyes up, down. I could just put eyes up and I'd know what I meant. This one here is speak, And this one here is going to be smile, which will be smile and frown once I get to that. So making sure I know that these are in the right places and they're going to be usable. Bone select tool, just drag your cursor around over the bones and show label. Okay, those look fine. And then I'm just going to go through these. So highlight the eyebrow bone, make smart bone dial. There we go. It's already set at 1. This defaults at 100, but as I was just finished doing the other tutorial, it's already set at 120. And I like it at 120 just because it's just an easy visual. I can see that's where the end of the action is going to be. Reset all the keyframes to linear, and then it's a little bit more predictable. Right, so the eyebrows, we've got to decide. I'm going to do a kind of a surprised, almost scared eyebrow, and we'll do an angry eyebrow. So these are very generic eyebrows. So on the eyebrow layer, I'm at the end of my smart bone layer action here, and then I'm just going to start position them. On this one, it's now pointing to the left. I'm just going to make them angry. So it's easy. A good rule of thumb too is that the side of the eyebrows on this side tend to stay more still than the eyebrows towards the middle of the head, but we do have a license to be artistic here. So I'm just going to move those down. Going to make those up. So no, I'm not doing anything. I highlighted too many there. I'm not going to do anything too ridiculous, just so that this looks like she's angry. There we go. Okay, and it doesn't need to be too much because she's not an angry character. Right, I'm going to change these points to linear. It's annoying. Right, and you can see how that transition works, and that's pretty decent now. Then we're going to do exactly the same thing with the other eyebrow, and then we'll pull those in. I'm going to turn that slightly. It's a bit weird. I got too much highlighted there, didn't I? Right, here we are. Okay, that's decent there. Make sure that they're somewhat symmetrical, and then we'll just move these around a bit. Okay, how do they look? Okay, that's great. Happy with that. Okay, I'm going to go straight to eyebrows 2. This is going to be the surprised, scared, kind of a sadder eyebrow. So we're going to do basically the same thing again. Actually, I'm just going to highlight the front of the eyebrow. I'm going to move those up. I'm going to change the angle a bit. There we go. And then these are going to a little bit more like that. Make that eyebrow look smooth. I might have too many points on this eyebrow actually now I kind of think about it. And then if I scroll back, it doesn't quite look right, does it? Alright, I'm going to do that and that. I don't want it to look too, even though she's a cartoon, I don't want it to look too cartoony. How's that? Good, and we're there. Okay, something wrong there. I need those eyebrows, and I'm going to do that with all of the eyebrows. Move them into the middle. Like so. Right. Right. Doesn't quite look surprised or scared or sad, does she? Make sure you're on the right frame when you're doing this stuff. Right. Oh yeah, that's better. Okay. It is possible that you might want the to adjust the eyebrows on separate layers. It really depends on how expressive you want the character to be. I may come back and do that later, but yeah, this is just the basic rig that we're working on here, and then we can then build upon that. Right, so it's nice having the other one on the same layer there so I can actually see it and try and okay, if you get something wrong, just Control Z and we are good. Right, and that's not too bad. Got that little right. Quick scrub as your eyebrows. Okay, we'll do a quick check. And where's the eyebrow? Here. Angry. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm angry. I'm sorry. Right, we get that. So that's good. Now in this particular case, I'm not going to adjust anything on any other layer, because all I'm doing is just the eyebrows on that one. Great. Now let's get on with the eyes. I'm going to start with the I will go with the eyes side, and this is going to move the pupils, and so then we're just going to bone layer, make a smart bone dial, duration frames 120. I'll keep saying that, just that's not the default, that's what I like. Now with the eyes side, it does make a difference. It will help when you're animating if you get the bone pointing the direction that you want the action to be. So if this is looking left from our point of view, then the bone should be going left. It just makes it easier down the line. So I'm going to find the layer that has the eyes in it, which are those two. This is eyes side, and I'm going to go eyes side to the left. So I'm highlighting all the points and I'm going to move those over. That works quite well. Actually, I don't need you may need to change the to move each eye at a time, because it may not work that well depending on how you've got it rigged and the shapes that you're using. Okay, and then I'm going to go eyes side 2, which will then look at the bone. That's now looking right, and I'm now going to slide that to the right. Good, I think that's good enough. That's that done. I'm just going to skip right ahead and do eyes up and down. Bone. Got to make sure you're in the right, or you're on the bone layer, and then I can go make smart bone dial. Again, 120 is the duration frames. Otherwise, leave everything else at default. And so for the eyes down, it doesn't matter left or right, what's up and down. I'm gonna do down. So we'll go back to where I've got my iris layer. I'm going to make her look down, and then we go to the eyes up down layer 2, which will be the bone will be going the other direction. Move those up. I'm not going to worry too much about it clipping here. As long as you know what the limitations of your rig are, that's not going to be a problem. The reason why I'm going to let that go up and over, it will be apparent in just a second when I do the eyes open. So let's get out of there, and I want to test those two bones. So we got eyes side, eyes up and down. It even does break a little bit there, but that's fine. The odds are she's not looking down like that without moving her head anyway. There we go. So that looks good. The eyes are doing what I want it to do. You just got to know that was just a keyframe on my main line. I don't want that there. And so that will give you the just be aware of your rig's limitations when you are animating. So next I'm going to do the eyes open. This is the eyes open and close, and we'll do bone. Make sure we're on the right layer. Make smart bone dial, and then we're just going to go. So in this particular case, I'm going to have the eyes closing, and then so in this case, then I got the eyes. Now you'll see the eyes they're actually just the eyelids with the hole in the middle. So that's just one shape. This is a second shape, but the shape in the middle. Actually, if I can highlight all. Oh, there you go. And you can kind of see that. Those are just kind of see how those shapes work. So I'm just going to close these eyes. Oh, here we go. Make those keyframe on frame 0 linear, because it will cause a problem down the road. And I'm just going to make the eyes close. So this should be relatively straightforward and quick. And I'm just holding down shift so that those points go in a straight line and they're not wibbly wobbling all over the place. Good. I am now going to do the same with this eye, where the bottom layer does have to come up a little bit. Good, so that's that eye. Okay, that's good. Okay, that's good for that. The eyelashes here, this is where it gets a little bit more of a pain. I am going to squish these and leave that down. We're going to move the eyelashes like so, and then just manipulate them into shape, and we'll see if that follows, because it might not. And it might not matter actually if it's a little bit wibbly wobbly, because this is all about the illusion and not about the reality. Oh, here we go with the, and that works good. I like that. And it also works well if you prefer better English. Right, and I'm going to do the same with this one. Flatten that out a bit, turn it around, slide it up. How does that look? Oop. Okay, I think I put that going up too high, I think. Let's go there. I guess, so that was too high. I'll bring it down a bit, and I think we're good there. Yeah, you'll notice a little bit of a pop there when the eyes in the left corner there, and that would just be, it kind of rolls a little pop there. That has to do with the way Bezier handles are animated, but in this case I don't think it's going to be noticeable even slightly. Good, so that, those eyelashes are done. We're going to do the same with this one. Quickly. Right, while I concentrate. Okay, and then we'll do the bottom ones while we're at it as well. Squish those up a little. Move that up there. How does that look? Just scrub through the top. There we go, looking good. Okay, we'll move these points on the right layer. Good. Now, one more thing I want to do is I want to go now onto the eyebrow layer. I'm going to highlight both the eyebrows. And if you've got the eyebrows on different layers, obviously you'll have to do this on different layers. And I'm just going to bring those eyebrows down a bit so that when she closes her eyes, the eyebrows move. That's too much. Okay, I'm not sure these are linear. I'm just going to highlight them and hit linear again. There you go, that looks better. That little difference in move makes all the difference. It's a bit redundant there, wasn't it? Okay. Good. And I think that's all I need to do on that one. Let's go back to the main line. And I am going to test this one. Go to the right layer. Yep, that looks nice. We'll go then to open eyes 2, and then we're going to get those eyes and I'll make them nice and big. So this one should be a little easier to do. We'll do one at a time. So I'm on the wrong layer, aren't I? I'm on the eyes layer. Highlight the points. I'm going to work on one layer at a time. If you hold down Alt, I think, yeah, there you go. It'll expand it from the middle rather than from one side. So that's probably where I want that. I'm going to make that eye just a little rounder. Good, and then we can scrub it. That looks good. And I'm going to do this one as well. Doesn't matter if it's 100% symmetrical, because no one's face is actually symmetrical, oddly enough. There we go. Now I'm going to move the... I don't think that one's high enough, is it? How's that look? Okay, there we go. And then move the eyelashes. And we're just going to move those like that, and hopefully that will work there. I'm just going to scrub that, and I think that's fine. It's not great, but it's fine. Good. Do the lower eyelashes as well, and we're going to do the same thing. It's just move the whole shape. I'm not going to squish it this time. Right, there we are. Let's do the other eyelashes. All right, how does that look? That looks good, I think. Good, and of course, if you're paying attention, I'm going to move. You'll know I'll be doing this now. There you go. Eyes are done. Let's just test that. Test those bones, get on the right layer. And then we can see how these will look. Maybe she'll squint a little bit angry. There we go. Good. Now we've got the... I'm going to do smile now, very quickly. Make a smart bone dial. This is going to be very, very simple. I'm not going to spend any real effort on this to get a specific, unique expression. I'm just going to take the corners of the mouth. Just going to turn them up. Oop, I'm missing a... Could have got to find the right one. Oh, this one here. Good. Oh, got to find the right. There you go. I'm just going to make sure all of the points are linear. That will give me that. Oh. Just smoothing out any of the pieces I need to. Good. And smile 2 is going to be a frown, and she's pretty much got a resting frowny face, but we'll make it a little bit worse here. Good. Okay, that's good there. Okay. Right. Okay, notes in the edit, cut out that gap. Okay, now we're going to do the speak, which is relatively easy as well. Oop, go on the right layer. Bone select tool. Bone and make smart bone dial. Make sure we're on the right frame there. In my case, it's the 120. And I'm going to make her speak, so I think I will get her to open her mouth now. Which is, I remember this time, I've got the mouth on the head. The teeth are not part of the mouth section. No. Now what you need to know when you're opening and closing the mouth, though, when you're using the separate teeth there, is that they will be, the top teeth will always stay stationary in a real person. So, right, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to make this mouth open, select the bones, the points that I want, open a mouth, and I'm going to select the bottom lip now, open it up, and I'm going to make that bottom lip a little bit narrow because the lips will stretch. So she's now open. And again, she's not actually a talking character. She only has like one line in the piece, so she doesn't really need to say too much. But so I'm not going to worry too much about it. So now I'm on to speak 2. I'm now going to make her say ooh. Okay, so actually I'm going to go back to the speak layer. I'm just going to take the head, go back to the head layer where the mouth is, and I'm just going to copy these points. So when we go to speak 2, and if I go back to 120, so we're in the smart bone action speak 2. We're now going the other way, and I want those same points to move exactly the same way if I hit paste. But now I'm going to do is I'm going to take the entire mouth, okay, and I'm going to hold the Alt key down, make that mouth a little bit smaller, not too small, and then I'm going to take these points, hold down the shift, those points, and I'm going to move those in like so. Oh, I wasn't holding Alt, doesn't matter. Only 2 points, and I'm going to do this and see how that looks. Not very good there, is it? Okay, it's going to make it look the way I want it to. Okay, right. Kind of like the shape of the mouth. It's in the wrong place though. Remember when you go ooh, actually the top lip doesn't really move up. So if I do this, holding down shift, we'll select all of the points this time. Move that down. There we go. So that would be your ooh. Ooh. Okay, now that looks great. We are pretty much done with the mouth, but we need, I forgot to do something on the other layer as well, is the chin. So on the head layer, which is where we still are, I'm just going to move the chin down a bit just so that it matches. That's about right. Good. And in this case, I also need to go to that highlight for the chin, which is in my shading layer. I'll move that down, making sure all of these are set to linear. There you go, that looks a lot more natural. I'm going to go back to the original speak layer because I need to move the bottom lip there. Well, actually I've seen a problem here with the mouth. The mouth is too high again. Okay, so move that mouth down just a smidge, a little bit more natural, because the top lip will open up when you speak. It will go upwards, and that is fine. And I'm just going to go back to the chin, make the chin move as it does when you speak. Good. I'm going to go back to the highlight on the shading, pull that down. We'll scrub it, make sure it looks good. I think that's fine. I might want to move the shading down as well as the highlights, and we're looking good. I will do once more. Look, do I want to move the shading for this one? Yes, I do. Okay, I think we are looking good. We'll go back to the head layer. Back to the main line as well, and we should be good. So the speak should work, and then we'll see, does the smile work or does it break with this? Oh no, it looks good. Good, and we've got the eyebrows. Good, the eyes are looking good, up and closed. So we can do eyebrows angry. She's angry. There we go. So we've got a decent amount of expression there. We will want to modify that and add some more, maybe something a bit more specific to the character, but as a basic rig goes, I'm really happy with that. Okay, so that's it. Today we've looked at eyebrows with the eyes opening and closing, moving side to side, as well as a basic speaking rig as well. She's not going to speak, this character, or very little, but yeah, so we can see we can make her speak really easily there. And if I do want to add a tongue later, I can add a tongue into that as well. But that's it for now. There's Mona's head. So what did you think of today's tutorial? Was I moving through it a bit too fast, too slow? I did try and cram quite a lot in, I think. Would you like to see more videos like this? Yes, no, maybe? Leave a comment, let me know. So if you're interested in improving your animation skills, you could do a lot worse than subscribe to I'm Alive Animation. It's down there. And don't forget, if you can imagine it, you can bring it to life.